Shri C. Vidyasagar Rao, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Honorable Hridaynath ji, Raghunandan ji, Amir ji, 5 times world champion Vishwanathan Anand, and Honorable chess lovers and Anand fans. I first met Anand almost 30 years ago, and my first impression of him was a mixed one. In the spring of 1987, I was a student in Moscow, and I saw this billboard advertising an international chess tournament with India participating in it. Praveen Tipse, who's here today, is a friend, and I actually went to the tournament to see Praveen, but I couldn't find him. Instead, at the table next to the Indian flag, I saw this dark 17-year-old boy. He had Band-Aid on his cheek. He was playing Sergei Arkhipov, a fairly strong Russian grandmaster. He was blitzing his moves like bullets coming out of AK-47. You know, it's like you're given 3 hours to write an exam paper and you want to finish it in 20 minutes. I said, what's wrong with this boy? Does he have any clue what it is like playing against a Russian grandmaster? Who sends these juveniles abroad? I felt really embarrassed about India, about the state of Indian sport. Suddenly, Arkhipov stopped his clock. He shook the boy's hand. Everybody clapped. I congratulated him. And I said, how come Tipse is not here but you are? And very modestly with a shy smile, he said, you know, maybe because my rating is much higher than his. Anand was not yet a grandmaster, but in that tournament he had defeated 5 grandmasters. 2 more things I remember from that meeting. In the hotel, some insect had bitten him on the cheek. Quite a powerful sting it was, it's still visible on his cheek. My theory is that the KGB understood that this boy was going to pose a real threat to the Russian chess elite and had sent a lethal insect to his hotel room. Fortunately for all of us, the insect malfunctioned. The second thing I remember was our talk about his future. You have done pretty well. You can take up chess as a profession, I said to him. He said, there is no job security in chess. I have to finish my commerce graduation. I can now say Anand is India's most famous Bachelor of Commerce. Chess, one of the most global sports, is played in more than 180 countries. Millions play and watch the game. An Indian becoming a world champion is like an Indian beating Kenyans and Ethiopians in a marathon. It's like an Indian car winning Formula One. It's like an actor winning an Oscar. None of these things have yet happened, but Anand has managed to win the world championship not once, but 5 times. You know, we often judge a whole community or a nation based on 1 or 2 people whom we know. It is called stereotyping. Chess fans in the 180 countries judge all Indians, all of us, by watching Vishwanathan Anand. Thanks to him, they think all Indians are intelligent, modest, philosophical, and with a great sense of humor. In that sense, Anand has been India's greatest ambassador. He represents what is best in India, and India is best represented in the world by him. Talking about his sense of humor, I can tell you many stories, but time is limited. So I'll tell a short one. We were in New York in 1995 for his match against Kasparov. It happened on the 107th floor of the World Trade Center, which, as you know, disappeared 6 years later due to a terrorist attack. Each game was followed by a press conference, and the innumerable Russian journalists always asked questions in Russian. Kasparov, who loves his own voice, would give very long answers in Russian, and there was no translation whatsoever. Poor Anand had to sit next to Kasparov and listen to all that he couldn't understand. On the eve of the final press conference, Anand told me, tomorrow you will see a novelty prepared by me. The match was over. I thought, what novelty is he talking about? The final press conference was live on television. The hall was full. One South Indian reporter stood up and asked Anand the question in Tamil. Anand gave a very long-winded 15-minute answer in fluent Tamil. And Kasparov sat there, fuming, shaking his head. By the way, he knows not only fluent Tamil, but also he's fluent in Spanish, very good in German, and he can read Russian books on chess. As Anand's fan and friend, I would like to make a request. The chess players here, they know how good Anand is as a professor. He sees more and explains more beautifully than any other grandmaster. I would like you to start Vishwanathan Anand schools across India. Not just for chess, but to produce many Anands, intelligent, modest, all-round kids who are well brought up. We want millions of kids like you. In India, we badly need schools that can teach ethics, hard work, discipline, good manners, and enterprise. Most chess players and children here took up chess because of you. Our interest in chess primarily depends on your career. So please continue to play throughout your life. Continue to delight us. Thank you.
We definitely look forward to another session with you. Please tell us, he has a phenomenal memory. I'm told that he can reel out a Kasparov or a Spassky game, which he must have seen or read about 10 years earlier. Or he can play 10 people and after 10 days he'll remember all the 10 games. But we are told that good husbands should forget more than remember. Ladies and gentlemen, that young visionary sitting there, Mr. Amir Khan, I call him action.